The Little Red Hen. Drawings by Ethel Hayes. Retold by Brenda Valencia. One day, Little Red Hen was in the farmyard with her 3 little chickens. Although it was raining, they were looking for something to eat. Suddenly, the Little Red Hen spied a grain of wheat. "Who will plant this wheat?" she asked. "Not I," said the goose. She cared only for her fine clothes and strutted along with her head in the air. "Not I," said the duck. He thought that since he had a high hat and a monocle and a cane, he must not soil his hands. "Well then, I'll do it myself," said the Little Red Hen. And she took her gardening tools and found a place to plant the wheat. With her little chicks to help her, she dug a deep hole, put the grain of wheat in it, covered it up, and watered it. In a few days, a little spear of green appeared. Every day, the Little Red Hen hoed the ground around the little plant, and her little chicks carefully watered it. By and by, the wheat grew tall and strong, and when it was ripe, the little hen was very happy. But she felt she had done her share of the work. So she said, "Who will take this wheat to the mill?" "Not I," said the goose. The weather was warm and the goose did not like to work in the hot sunshine. "Not I," said the duck. When the weather was so warm, he liked to go down to the shore and swim in the cool water. So the Little Red Hen said, "I'll do it myself." And she did. So she took her wheelbarrow and big shears that she used in the garden and cut down the big wheat stalk. When she called her little chicks to her, "Put on your bonnets and jackets," she said. "We must go to the mill and have a miller grind our wheat into flour." The little chicks put on their jackets and bonnets and hurried after their mother. They went up the hill, around the bend, and then down the hill to the mill. Each of the little chicks helped push the wheelbarrow. When they came to the miller took the wheat to grind into flour. He had told the Little Red Hen it would be ready in a week. Then the Little Red Hen and her chicks went home to count the days before it was time to go back to the mill to get the flour. 7 days passed. Now it was time for the Little Red Hen to go back to the mill for her flour. The miller had the flour ground and in a sack. The Little Red Hen took the sack and hurried home. The 3 little chicks followed after as fast as they could go. When the Little Red Hen brought the flour home, she said, "Who will make some bread with this flour?" First she went to the goose to ask if she would bake some bread, but the goose was having a singing lesson and she was too busy to do any hard work. So the goose said, "Not I." Then the Little Red Hen took the flour to the duck and asked him to make some bread, but the duck was reading the newspaper and could not be bothered. Anyway, he did not want to work in the kitchen. So the duck said, "Not I." Then the Little Red Hen said, "I'll do it myself." And she did. She went into the kitchen, put on her apron, rolled up her sleeves, mixed and stirred and kneaded. When the bread was ready and the oven was hot enough, the Little Red Hen quickly popped the bread into the oven to bake. After a while, the bread was done. What a nice brown crusty loaf it was. The Little Red Hen took it from the oven. She tested and sniffed. "Who will eat this bread?" she called. The goose heard the Little Red Hen and came running, sniffing the warm, crusty smell. As she ran, she called out, "I'll eat some of the bread." The duck heard the Little Red Hen too. He dropped his newspaper and came running. As he ran, he called out, "I'll eat some of the bread." But the Little Red Hen just chuckled. She had another idea. "Oh, no, you won't," she said. "I found the wheat. I planted it, I took it to the mill, and I made the bread. You wouldn't help. My little chicks helped. Now we'll eat the bread." She called her little chicks. She cut thick slices of the fresh bread. They then sat down and ate the crusty bread spread thick with butter. The goose and the duck looked on hungrily, but the little red hen just shook her head and said, "Cluck, cluck, cluck." The end.